Hi everyone, and welcome to the 3S Yoga YouTube channel. I'm so happy that you found us and that you found the beginning yoga series. My name is Nadia and I'm going to be leading you through today. Let's just start seated just to allow ourselves to center for a moment, moving the shoulders back over the hips to stack the spine. Relax the jaw. Just taking nice, big, long, slow breaths. Complete big full inhales and big full exhales. And this time when we inhale, we're going to try to fill the chest cavity, the ribs, and then expand the belly. And then exhale, releasing the belly and releasing the ribs and the chest. We're going to do that again, but we're also going to breathe into the low ribs in the back. So inhale into the chest and into the back of the ribs, and then opening up the belly, and then exhaling, releasing the belly. The back ribs and the front ribs move towards each other to relax the chest. And the next one, we're going to breathe all the way into the low back. So inhale into the chest, filling the whole rib cage, front and back, opening the belly. Try to breathe all the way into the low back, feeling the whole torso expand. And as you exhale, let the belly and low back start to release and the rib cage start to release. And take one more big breath by yourself. And exhaling all the air out of you. Awesome. We're going to make our way into a child's pose. So come over onto the knees, and you're going to bring the knees nice and wide and the toes together. It is okay to also have the knees together. I like the knees apart to open up the hip creases, and it feels really good on the hips. So drop the belly down and the toes are together. If your butt doesn't come this far back, it's fine to have it up in the air. Wherever you need to be is a beautiful place. Your body will start to move and change as you keep doing your yoga practice. And let your head rest on the ground. And if it doesn't make it to the ground, you can bend your arms and put your head on your hands. Continue with that beautiful full breath, filling up the chest and the whole rib cavity, filling up the belly and the whole low back. And then releasing it from the bottom all the way up to the top of the torso and out the nose. And I want you to sway the hips side to side a little bit, opening up the hip creases and feeling the hips nice and slow. And then let the hips drop down as the belly drops down a little bit deeper. And then we're going to walk the hands, make them nice and long, the arms nice and long. You're going to walk the hands over towards the right. And if you can, you're going to take the left hand on top of the right hand. And you're going to try to drop the left armpit down a little bit and pull the left hip back a little bit so you feel a nice big stretch on the left side body. Your head can still be down. Breathe into the entire side, the whole left side of the body, feeling that big stretch as the fingers and the hip pull away from each other. And then walk yourself back towards the middle. And in the other direction, you're going to take the right hand on top of the left hand. Try to drop the right armpit down a little bit as the right hip pulls back. Breathing into the right side of the body. And as the fingers and hip pull in opposition, you get a little bit deeper of a stretch. And make the way back towards the middle. And we're going to walk our hands back to the knees. Bring the knees together if you'd like. If you want to do a toe stretch as we do this, you can. You can just tuck the toes under and sit back on the heels. It can be a little intense, so it's also okay just to sit down. So tuck the heels under if you want. You're going to open up the fingers nice and wide. One of the things in yoga, one of the biggest complaints is people's wrists get sore. So we're going to do a little wrist strengthening. So open the fingers nice and wide and then close them into a fist, opening and closing. You're bringing heat and warmth into the fingers, the hands, the wrists, the forearms, and the toes. and start to speed it up a little bit. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take off, lifting up, releasing the feet. If they're bent, you did a great job. And now we're going to walk our hands forward into a tabletop position. So the knees are right underneath the hips and the palms are right underneath. The wrists are right underneath the shoulders. And press into every single knuckle, especially the index finger and the thumb, in the space in between the two, so you can feel the wrists feel a little bit more supported. And then you're trying to let the inside of the elbows face forward. And then we're going to take cat-cow. So drop the belly as you inhale and glance up to the sky. And then let the head drop as the back curves, the belly pulls towards the spine. And I want you to press nice and hard into the hands so you can start to feel the shoulder blades separate and get a nice stretch in between the shoulder blades. So inhale, drop the belly down, lift the tailbone, lift the top of the head, fill the entire breath. And when your inhale is complete, start to move into a cat. Let the shoulder blades separate. Take the complete exhale, just because you can. Moving one breath per movement. Inhaling to look up, letting the tailbone lift and the head lift. And exhale to curl in the opposite direction. 2 more. Going at your own beautiful pace. Connecting to your own body, your own breath. And come back towards the middle. Pressing into every single knuckle still. You're going to extend the left leg behind you and put the toes down. So it's the underneath part of the toes, the bubbly parts. And you're going to rock forward and back. And as you press back, really press through the heel so you can feel a stretch through the calf. And inhaling to come up into a tippy toe and exhaling back. Moving forward and back. Last one. And then you're going to take the foot towards the outside. So it's going to cross over the right leg and the toes come down towards the mat. I want you to press into the hands so you're not dropping into the shoulders or lifting away from the shoulders. And then I want you to glance back at the left foot. So as you look at that foot, your right shoulder is moving towards your right hip and you're getting a nice stretch along the left side body. So as you inhale, I want you to fill the chest and the belly, but also feel the stretch in the left side body as it curves. And exhale to release it all. One more big inhale. Exhale, getting a little bit deeper. The right shoulder moves a little bit more towards the right hip. Making the way back towards the center. And then bring the knee back down. And then we'll take a knees together, child's pose, so you can feel the difference. I want the hips to drop back towards the heels. And then walk the hands forward as the belly tries to rest on the legs. Again, this can look really different for different people. But when the belly is resting on the legs, the spine is a little bit more supported, so it feels like it can release a little bit more. And make your way back up. And this time we're going to move in the opposite direction. So take the right leg back behind you. You're going to press through the heel and then rock forward. Nice, slow, beautiful breaths. Checking in with the back of the right leg. You're doing great. And then you're going to come back to the middle, cross the right leg over towards the left. And then you're going to take the left shoulder towards the left hip. So you start to get a nice big curve in the right side of the body. So it's going to be curved over here and crunching on this side. You're breathing in to the chest and to the low back. And you're feeling a bigger stretch in the right side body, glancing at the left foot. Glancing at the right foot. It's hard when everything's crossed. Big inhale. Glancing at the foot. Moving the shoulder closer to the hip. One more big inhale. Bringing the leg back towards the center and down, and make your way over into a seated position. We're going to take the legs wide, pointing the toes up towards the face. Again, wide for everyone can look really different. This could be wide for you. Your legs might be wider than mine. So wherever is good for you. We're getting a nice stretch in the inner thigh. We're lifting up through the chest and walk the hands forward, trying to keep the chest pulling forward. Nice slow breaths. And if you want, you can now release down onto the forearms, letting the head get heavy. And then you can play with flexing and pointing the feet, whether you're up high or down low, and feeling how that affects the body. Finding the playfulness instead of the rigidness, letting yourself move and play and explore. And while we're exploring, if you'd rather move the chest, you can let the chest pull forward and sway a little bit side to side, and notice what that does. Wonderful work. Go ahead and walk the hands back. You're going to bring the legs together, and we're going to roll all the way down onto the back. Taking a happy baby, bring the knees towards the armpits and the bottom of the feet up to the sky. So you're trying to make a 90-degree angle with the knee, and take the hands in between the legs, but to the outside of the feet if possible. And you can let the shoulders get heavy and the tailbone can lengthen away from you. Those are ways to make it deeper, but you can also just chill out. And you can let yourself sway a little bit, or you can be still. Again, you listen to your body. It knows what you need. Nadia can only know what Nadia needs. And sometimes that's even hard to know, right? And then you're going to give yourself a big hug. Hug the knees into the chest. Hug the head into the knees. Big squeeze, squinch the feet, squinch the hands, squinch the face. And exhale, release all the way down into Shavasana. Let the palms face up. Give some space between the arms and the torso. Give some space between the thighs. Opening the forehead and the brow and relaxing the jaw. The back of the head gets heavy and the shoulders get heavy. The ribs get heavy, the hips get heavy. The shins get heavy and the heels get heavy. The arms get heavy. The hands rest. And let the top of your body feel light as a feather, so you're grounded and light all at the same time. Allow yourself to stay here as long as you need. It has been my pleasure to lead you into your practice today. If that's all you have time for, you can come up and sit with me, or you can just stay in Shavasana. I'm bringing my hands into a prayer, to the forehead for the right thoughts, to the mouth for the right words, and to the heart for the right actions. Namaste. We hope to see you back tomorrow.